Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi, and man oh man was today a crazy day for us in many more ways than one for most people in this crypto space. It's because of that volatility that we're seeing. I wanted to reach out to you guys and make a good video. The reason why we haven't been more vocal, especially for our CT Club members today of all days, Toby and I had to make a visa run, a 3-hour boat ride to another island, and fully expecting to return the same day to our equipment to get all caught up on communicating with you guys. And wouldn't you know it, a huge storm rolled through. They closed the port, so we're stuck here overnight. So please also forgive us for the quality of this video and sound and lighting and all that stuff. Anyway, here's what we have to say about what's happening with crypto, right? Bitcoin is the leader still of what happens in cryptocurrency, and a pretty big event happened in China with having to do with the miners in a particular county, the Saskatchewan region, shut down the Bitcoin miners, right? So that means hash power dropped while the difficulty is still pretty high, because that difficulty level is adjusted only after 2 weeks. So there's gonna be a little bit of a delay, I believe, for number one, you know, the functionality of the Bitcoin blockchain perhaps, but also this FUD that's happening within China. It's going to affect the Bitcoin price like it always does. This being maybe a slightly more important topic than past just talks is actually shutting down Bitcoin miners. But no one is giving up on mining Bitcoin. Please believe me on this. These miners will show up in other areas that isn't China. This is what Toby and I spoke about in a past video, as well as talking about how, you know, China trying to control or ban the Bitcoin mining is just going to encourage it to grow in other areas, which is going to encourage more decentralization of Bitcoin mining. So that's great. Now, for those of you who are in the CT Club, again, I apologize for us not being more in communication with you. We will be back in about 12 hours, hopefully. So you'll be hearing from us when that happens. But until then, I know there's a few of you asking about what to do with your altcoins. You know, some of you are looking at possibly selling at a loss, getting into Bitcoin or Ethereum or stable coins. Now, for those of you who followed our trade alerts about a month ago, you'll have noticed that we did actually a pretty big purge of a lot of our really risky altcoins, just because, you know, the whole market was kind of on shaky ground. We not completely, sold on the fact that it was a full-on bear market, but regardless, you know how we are with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are our long-term holds, so we consolidated into those, and that turned out to be pretty good. Because for those of you who don't know and who think that you want to get into altcoins because those are going to perform much more than Bitcoin, those also fall much harder and might not recover. Not all of them. Anyway, there's no guarantees in crypto, but for those of you who are, you know, holding your altcoins, or maybe you bought Bitcoin and now it's dropping, welcome to the holding club, the hodlers. Maybe it'll turn you into a hodler of last resort. I just encourage you guys to, as always, zoom out and get the bigger perspective, because crypto isn't going anywhere, Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, and it won't take very long for this time to be a very good buying opportunity. Especially if you have that long-term perspective. Anyway, those are our thoughts. I know Toby is usually doing these pep talks, but I thought I'd come in here and see how I could do. Anyway, thank you everyone for tuning in, and if you enjoyed these videos, please leave a like and hit subscribe, and we'll be coming to you again very soon. So stay disobedient. Bye guys.